Morning.
All right, let's get it. We live.
Tama definitely needs to go back at this. No,
We
please.
live, family. We live. So we're gonna go over, some setups, some lessons that we learned, and I want to go over, lower time frame entries and really stacking positions, right? Scaling in your positions risk free with proper risk management. So, one thing, I do want to begin with is I want to start with Nasdaq, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and spotlight myself real quick. So I can see myself right here. Cool. All right. Bet. So, I think Nas is only right to start with Nasty Nas, right? Nas is like probably my favorite pair. One of the ones I trade the most. And today was just a really, really great example of how, exactly what I'm going to teach you played out. So if we actually go ahead and drop to smaller time frames, right around New York Open, right? Let's kind of stay relevant to where we're currently at in price. I'm actually gonna go ahead and delete this stuff and just kind of just go over everything again with you guys. So basically, guys, what we were doing, right? And it's really funny, guys. Like this is probably one of my favorite setups, honestly, the ones that I like to play the most. And this literally played out yesterday as well. It's kind of similar type of flow, right? So with the divergence between indices, right, with US 30, S&P, and NAS, right? Yesterday and today were just prime examples of this kind of setup, right? Where you have US 30, just sending it, you have S&P also sending it, and then you have NAS, that's the lagger that's behind, that's really just kind of just accumulating orders, right? So one thing that I do, right, and I'll just kind of draw this up for you guys, is I like to kind of see this type of price action right here. So, seeing some liquidity, right? Nice little downtrend. And then we have, a nice little Wyckoff, right? Wyckoff is like super, super key, guys. So basically, this is kind of like just a whiteboard example, and then I'll show you guys on the charts right after. So basically, this is kind of what I like to look for is, my targets. I like looking for liquidity, whether it's, buy side liquidity, sell side, equal highs, equal lows. And then I like playing my setups. My favorite setups is when we have liquidity being built and then getting rated, right? So you have that candle, your institutional candle, and then you have liquidity being rated with an energetic, displacement candle, right? For those that know what a displacement candle is, basically it's just an energetic movement that usually breaks structure. It doesn't always have to break structure. It could just kind of create more liquidity, equal highs or equal lows, right? But basically you want to see after that liquidity rate an energetic move because that's just showing you the footprints of the banks. It's showing you that, okay, smart money is getting behind these moves. So a lot of the time is what you want to look for is, I personally love playing imbalances once we get that kind of play, or an order block. Now within that range that you saw that aggressive move, right? And sometimes it will look like this. Sometimes you'll get, you know, liquidity being built. You will see more of like a prettier kind of Wyckoff schematic, and then you'll see something like that. So basically, you will see this, like this, basically right here. But yeah, basically, how to stack the entries, right? So a lot of the time when we get these kind of setups is because we're playing off of a higher time frame point of interest, right? So this whole box, right, this whole zone right here, let's just say this is like a 15-minute, 30-minute, hour, 4-hour point of interest, right? As long as a higher time frame point of interest, this kind of play that I'm about to show you and how to stack is going to be way more validated, way more validated, right? So once we get, in our point of interest, we have targets that, we can anticipate, like equal highs, internal liquidity, a little trend line liquidity as well, right? So you have all these things that are, targets right here. And then, we have a liquidity rate, right? Because we all know markets move. The algorithm is basically moved from liquidity, right? From liquidity rates and from points of interest to points of interest, right? So basically we got the liquidity rate, we got a nice, aggressive, energetic move with that leaves behind an imbalance or an order block. So then, our first entry, right? I like to call this the headshot, right? This is like the headshot, right? Whether you're playing off the open of the higher time frame interest, higher time frame point of interest, or the 50%, right, of that higher time frame point of interest, right? You're playing either the open or 50% of that. So that will be, your first headshot, ideally, right? So as soon as you're positioned into this, now, okay, cool, you're in profits, right? Move your entry to risk, to break even, right? So now you have no risk on the table. This entry is risk-free. You're chilling, right? So that's ideally, the first play that you want to do is you want to always protect that first entry, because now once you get that move, I know a lot of traders probably have experienced this, right? You're in this move, you're profits. And then a lot of times, sometimes when you go break even too soon, you get, stopped out, and then it goes without you, right? But a lot of time we get scared, right? We have this fear in the market, and then like we're kind of afraid, or we hesitate to press a button. But if you're literally using and leveraging the money that's on the table already, right? It's basically the house money. You're able to stack these positions, right? And if you get a really good entry anyways, like a lot of the times it won't even come to your entry, right? Or another thing you can do is reduce your stop loss, right? Reduce it. So now you have less risk on the table. But anyways, let's say, for example, right, this first entry, you're doing like 1% risk on it, or 0.5%, whatever your trading plan is, that's what you're doing, right? Then you get that move, right? Once you get that confirmation, like, yo, like, all right, like smart money's behind this move. And then this is what I like to call your kill confirm, right? Or your confirmation entry, which is that play within the imbalance or order block. Once we saw that, basically the markup start, right? So that's kind of how you want to start playing this, right? And on this position, you can risk the same amount, right? Because this is risk-free at this point, or you can do 0.5%, or, just a lower percentage. And then you can kind of keep stacking them up. But just keep in mind, right? You want to understand that when you're in this range, the lower you're in the range, right? The lower you're in discounted prices. So anything underneath this equilibrium, right? The 50%, this yellow line, anything underneath that, right, in this range is considered discounted prices. So the lower you're at, right, the lower you're in these discounted prices, the higher probability you have that these entries are going to stick, right? So ideally, once you're kind of already in discounted prices, we're already starting to mitigate imbalances, or taking out liquidity, is like those entries, right? If you're starting to stack up here, is a little less likely. Can they play out? Yeah, they could play out, but it's a little less likely. But that's kind of really like how you could stack entries, and just kind of how I go about it. I know it's kind of like it's like a simple thing, right? I think a lot of people might have known that, but for those that didn't, I hope that like you guys learned something new with that right there. But basically, with what happened today with Nas, we saw something very similar, right? We saw, price action today around, New York session, right? We're right up in here. Oh, my bad. A little laggy. All right, cool. We were playing right up in this range, right? From this low to this high. And basically what I was peeping was we had all of this liquidity chilling right up in here. Right, price came in, didn't stick above this high, it just poked in it, and then came and played within here. So I think if we drop down to like a 3-minute, or actually 15-minute, I believe, you'll notice literally what it's resting underneath this liquidity. Who can tell me what's resting underneath this? All this liquidity. We got an imbalance, right? We have a nice little imbalance. Or if you're playing off the 5-minute, you got a nice little 5-minute, FU candle right here that swept liquidity. So basically, that's what I was playing, right? So once we poked in there, like I don't know if like anyone caught this move, but like if you were quick enough, right, you see how quick it just reacted and then just sent it to buy side liquidity, and then boom, like that was a nice trade right away. And then if we drop down to smaller time frames, right, And by the way, what I just explained to you with like on that whiteboard example, that's usually I'm looking for those kind of things more so from like the 1 minute to 5 minute, right? You could play this on any time frame, but like for stacking entries specifically, right? I look for my entries more so on smaller time frames. But yeah, basically you could see that, right? That first poke right here, what did we get? This is crazy. It's literally kind of like perfect. We had liquidity building, right? This whole range right here was like taking forever, bro. It was like an hour of just like sideways movement. I know, like I had a lot of patience, but this was just like, dude, like, come on, it was taking forever. But we finally got that sweep of liquidity right there that got rated. Pow. We poked into that imbalance. And then right after that, what do we get? We get a nice little reaction, right? That's that energetic move I'm talking about. And what does it leave behind, right? On the 3 minute, this is a 3 minute OB. If you drop down to the 2 minute, you got an imbalance right up in here as well. By the way, I think all these purple are like imbalance candles, like displacements. But like, yeah, the smaller time frame you go with this indicator I have, the more it shows like on the smaller you go. But yeah, anyways, we had that imbalance right in there. And then boom, you could have caught this quick move right from there. So, like I was just showing you guys in that example, the first entry was right there, right? It was based off of a 15-minute imbalance or a 5-minute OB. So that was your headshot. Notice how we came up, create more liquidity, and then came back to play off of that imbalance. And then that would have been your confirmation entry right there. So then now you got two solid entries. You're just riding to TPs, whether it's liquidity, whether it's this high, and then you're taking profits off the table, or you're just full TPing, right? Depending on your trading plan, right? And then price eventually came back and played within this imbalance again, and this basically this whole ass push down. And you could have capitalized off that. I know someone, I think Vargas actually played this. Vargas is ping pong in both sides, right? He was wilding today. That group chat's hilarious. But yeah, basically, you see what's going on. But another thing I want to point out actually is another thing. I don't remember where. Hold up. Hold up. Give me 1 second, fam. Yeah, okay, bet. So a lot of people know, just normal order blocks. But there's also things called breaker blocks as well. And I like playing these more off of like higher time frames. So basically what it is, it's that last sell down, like that last sell candle, that down candle that created that push up. So a lot of the times you'll see this happen as well. So a lot of times you see, that this sell candle that created that buy pressure where then the banks are, selling down. So a lot of time this candle specifically, this is called a breaker candle. And then notice how even within this breaker candle right here, we had an imbalance as well. So a lot of times once you get that liquidity rate, like we saw right here, if you can't position yourself within here, and then you see a nice like just aggressive move like we did, leaving an imbalance behind. A lot of time you can play this breaker candle, or I guess the imbalance as well, and you'll see like this is more of your like confirmation entry, right? So this would be ideally like if you can get an entry here once we rated liquidity, that would be like your headshot. And then once you get that nice aggressive move, then that's where you can get that kind of confirmation entry, whether it's based off this breaker candle or tagging, this imbalance right there. And then ultimately this thing just started tanking right after, right? But at this point, I was already off the charts, dude. I was at the gym. Like I was just like, I caught all this already, and like I was good for the day. I was chilling. But I had noticed this and I just thought like, oh, this would be just a really good case study to share with you guys so you guys can learn from it. And a lot of this stuff as well, guys, it's like, we talk about this all the time every week because you know, repetition is father learning, right? So we want to just really engrave these insights, these lessons in your guys' just brain, your subconscious mind. Yeah, this is price action is so crazy, man. This is like art to me. Because notice how we had all this little liquidity, internal liquidity. Price came back, fill this, right? Took out that internal liquidity, fill this imbalance, and then started tanking again. But basically, yeah, guys, that's kind of Nas. Like Nas got bodied today, and hopefully you guys are able to capitalize on some opportunities. I'm actually gonna check the chat real quick. Yo, what's good, Adrian? What's up? What's up? What up? What up? What up? I took this exact setup US 30 2 weeks ago, played out. Sir. Yo. Yes, sir. Dude, let's go. Yeah, and for those that don't know what these like things are on my chart, these are the silver bullet sessions. So you have a New York silver bullet session, you have a afternoon, and then you have a London. So basically, it's basically similar to like kill zones, like London and New York kill zones. So if that's something you guys don't really know about, definitely look into it. Just look up ICT silver bullet, and you guys can you'll find some stuff. They even have an indicator for this as well. And then all these like fair value gaps and order blocks and stuff that's marked up. It's literally all marked up automatically. I use this indicator right here as well. So if you guys didn't know that, there you go. Put you guys on. I should get like a link or something, bro. Bro, it's so funny because I almost partnered up with the Sonar Lab dudes like a year ago. I hopped on a Zoom with the CEO, and we were talking, and then basically, I don't know, there's like politics with other companies and stuff like that that I just didn't I couldn't do at the time. But I might have to hit him up again, bro. But he actually, this position size calculator, they actually developed this because I was in their Discord and I was like talking to them, just giving them feedback and like, yo, like, you guys should do this, try this. And then that was just one of the ideas that got presented. So this is another tool as well you guys can use if you don't if you guys I know everyone should calculate their lot sizes. This is all on TradingView, so you can literally put your account balance, your risk, your contract size. The contract size is so dope to me. Like that the fact that you can do that is like so clutch. And then you could just drag your entry, and then it automatically just adjusts it and shows you like all this stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Like I love these tools because it saves me so much time, honestly. And it's just so much time, and like you don't have to really think too much about having to like draw everything up. It kind of like instead of having to think so much and spend time doing that stuff, you can spend more time making decisions. Like that's why I like these kind of things like that. But yeah, I kind of want to just go over that for now. I do want to pass it on to Cesar. If you have anything you want to share, and then you can pass it back to me if you want, but I don't want to just take like the whole time up. You feel me?
I appreciate you, bro. Nah, high key, that's sauce. And like, it's really crazy, bro, how much indices correlate because how you was going over the headshots and stacking into the buys for NAS. I actually was able to headshot and then stack into SPX cells. That fucking did not. It hit TP without hitting TP. It was the most annoying shit. But nah, bro, it's actually pretty crazy. So I would love to go review that real quick. Because that was really it's just another example of exactly what you're going over. And then
I saw you too, bro. When you dropped that was clean. Super, bro.
I called it too. I was like, yo, SPX is gonna sell, and then it did.
I hesitated, bro. I was like, that looks clean, but I was already in positions, and I was like, I don't want to add more risk right now.
Well,
But
he who hesitates. Hold on, let me see if I can actually pull it up. Where's my meme folder? Yeah, I know how you have like a meme folder on your phone. I definitely keep this shit.
you gotta keep the memes on deck, bro.
No,
another hack.
Masturbates, baby boy. Like, come on, the pitch informations is there. He who hesitates masturbates. All right, cool. Don't be a masturbator. That's rolling in. All right, real quick, family. So pretty much exactly to go over what Kevo was really talking about.
What happened, bro?
Yeah, once you see it, you can't see it. Hold on, let me actually go back to. I feel like the 9:30 would be perfect, honestly. One more review, one more.
Yo, when are we gonna get only pips? I might have.
Yes, where? High key, let's schedule for next one. We'll DM them because that's a fire ass name. All right. So pretty much, right, to go really like review what Kevo was talking about is you have to understand that there has to be some kind of last sweep. And actually, I'm gonna do it like this. All right, there has to be some kind of order flow that was taken out, right? And we'll just like that, right? There has to be some kind of order flow that was taken out before either a reversal, a continuation, right? Some kind of impulsive move that is literally a blueprint to the market. So what happened here, if we're following, kind of like a super liquidity and break of structure example, is we see price literally start to break into a Wyckoff pattern just because I wanted this as a 15-minute POI to hit and then go lower. We came into the 1 hour, which was a little lower around here. So what I saw was prices going ahead and start to come along, right? We see natural order flow, right? From a high to a low to a high, stair steps low, right? Comes into this institutional candle. And, you could have probably bought it for a 2-to-1, 3-to-1. I just want to see it respect, right? So from a low to a high to a low, right? Okay. If I understood that a distro kind of play could be setting up, I need to see some kind of low broke and also an imbalance to be taking place. So what happens here is we go ahead, right? Literally following a clean Wyckoff example. Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all. Because bro, I really do like Wyckoff. Like that's all I really draw up. Let me see. It was a distro number 1 play. Cool. Right. Right there. Cool. Right. So you see pretty much prices coming in BCARST, right? Instead of a lower low, it's a higher low into a higher high, right? Start stepping along the way. And what happens here is pretty much still step for stepping, right? Low to a high, low to a high, low to a high, comes back, mitigates to a high. And what do we proceed to see, right? Break a structure. Well, for me, SPX loves to not only create imbalances, but then it'll play the imbalance either at the beginning, fulfilling it all the way, or even, a little closer. So I want to go ahead and just, if there's an imbalance here created right after the displacement, right, sweeping these highs and now looking to sweep, these kind of trend line lows, preferably even lower, to go into even, using higher time frame correlation. I wanted us to go ahead and, pick that, right? I wanted to see us go ahead and just come back into this 1 hour, pretty much like a breaker block, right? The last push down, natural push down before we went ahead and moved into a continuation structure, right? Impulsive move from the banks. So pretty much we got that here. Let me go ahead and fast forward this, right? Play does activate us. Damn, I caught that quick. Play does go ahead and activate us. And what I was clenching, I thought stop loss was going to get hit because we were really right. Thank God. Like counting for spread really, like that really separates a lot of people from stop loss getting hit. And like, because bro, we was right there. Like it really did look like we hit stop loss, but we didn't, thank God. Like, bro, what spread is right? You just accept the L, go ahead and mark it as in your journal, like, yo, that shit gone. But it does move, right? So price goes ahead from a high to a low to a lower high. I like that much to a lower low. What I saw now using, kind of like a higher time frame correlation, we have a last push up institutional candle before a manipulative, impulsive move down. On the 5-minute, price does go ahead, creates a bit of equal lows right from the 1 minute lower, higher low here. And what do we have? Another imbalance, right? So just playing this, looking to stack in now. It's not really a stack. It's just kind of like a double down since it's the same area of entry, right? Using the 5-minute, I do go ahead and play at the beginning of the imbalance. Kind of kicking myself because I wanted to stack in at the body, but again, too much risk was on the table, so I wanted to go ahead. Right, price breaks the low, comes back. So now we're looking from a high to a low, looking for that retracement, lower high into the lower low, right? Does come into the body, tanks it. So that would have been the sniper shot, right? Institutional candle using the body, and boom, right? We do drop and gone. Now, here's the thing, and I was so sad about it, It hit TP on TradingView, but on MetaTrader, it was just like, it was right there. And price did reversing. Like, it didn't even give me time to see it because I was driving. And price pretty much started consolidating around here. I went ahead and just moved stop loss to above the high because, if I don't want to see it retrace any higher to my break even, I already missed the TP here, so hopefully it would go lower. And it pretty much just tags me out like a little higher, right there. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch the TP, unfortunately, but still was able to catch a pretty solid move on that double play here. So pretty much it's just another example how literally all you need is some kind of manipulative move followed from a liquidity sweep or just an impulsive move to then looking to play the inbounds, because the inbounds really itself is the footprint of the market, and just how you get in on that is really the best confirmation that plays for you, whether you want to go ahead play the institutional candle within the inbounds, the actual institutional candle itself, the beginning of the inbounds. But literally, like, it just ended up working out, and it's pretty funny because what happens on a smaller time frame ends up happening on a larger time frame, right? So again, on the 15-minute, what do? We go ahead, have our last move up, sweep highs before breaking lower, creating some kind of equal lows. Price goes ahead, comes back, plays the institutional candle to the body, and then proceeds to drop off. But at this point, that's around like 3 o'clock, 3:15. I'm not even on the charts anymore. I'm getting off at noon, right? So it was pretty crazy to see how fractal these markets are, and it doesn't really matter which time frame, but obviously more volatility. You could probably get better R&Rs on the 1 minute. So that is, just literally just another example, right, of how even SPX was phenomenal. Nas, you buy SPX yourself. You want to ping pong, be a pro. There you go, right? And you see divergence. So that's pretty much all I had to review, in all honesty. I don't think I caught anything this week. Yeah, I was looking for sales down there. And then NU I was waiting. Yeah. So that's really it, bro. I just wanted to go ahead. I'm gonna read the chat real quick. Wait, what is it called, bro? Oh yeah, you got that. Lex, the indicator worked for me last week. Bro, bro. Hey, yo, wild. Whenever that's I need a meme folder, not that ass. This is why I like SPX. No, right? Like SPX is, to me, it's like the least toxic one out of all three indices. So she don't really tag me out and then run in my direction. She respectful. She'll shake your mother's hand and say hello to your father, She won't try to sneak in through the back or through your window. So with that being said, Kev, if you got any plays, because your boy need to pay rent.
Yeah, actually, let me look.
No, please.
Let me peep. Let me do a quick rundown. But this shirt, I love this shirt, bro. It's inspired me I want to make some like trading merch type shit.
Bro.
Check this shit out real quick, bro. It says stay invested.
Oh, okay.
24/7, 365. Then it says the market booming. This is like I don't know, it looks like like
the Wall Street like screener thing.
Yeah.
That's what
you got the chart, bro. Okay.
Oh shit, that's fire.
So the future down here says bullish as fuck.
No.
So I was like, yo, this shit's hard. I need to make some stuff.
Some merch, bro. Some Lambo lots, black hats, some sandals, some hoodies.
Girl, Money Heist merch drop. We gotta cook up, bro. We gotta cook up.
We got the audience too. I know damn well if y'all would buy some merch, some trading niche merch from the boys, go ahead and drop some ones in the chat. We really like to serve y'all.
Like in the trading industry like that,
bro. High key, I really do think it's like a blue ocean water that could be fed, but no one really, like, you got your own individuals, like Raul got his little bit, Q Banks, but like no one's genuinely trying to push it to every kind of trading style. What if like hoodies that were
trading stuff,
bro? What if you had like hoodies that were support resistance style hoodies? Then you had like a smart money concept hoodies, and then you had breaking retest hoodies. Like now you're covering all the niche instead of just like individual crowds. Feel me? Like,
yeah, bro. Even like little pairs, like dude, like 30-30, US 30 or something like
bracelets.
Love that.
Bro, if we're wearing like black bracelets and everybody's like, and all the three indices right there, like,
bro, Nadia going crazy when I see US 30. I think that's like US 30 is like your baby, right?
Bro, she used to be, and then she started getting toxic. And it's like sometimes you gotta know when to just cut your ex off. Like you can go back, but listen, you just hurting yourself in the long run.
For the streets.
I swear that's where she belong. Nigga Galatians 11:13.
Yeah, I'm low key trying to see if we can get some shorts in here. for USD CAD.
I like that just because I'm trying to buy on you.
It's like, yeah, like I think we could potentially buy it up because we are playing within this 1 hour fair value gap right now. So if we could see some like accumulation on smaller time frames, like I would like to see like a maybe spring back into here with a nice just confirmation entry, like to then come back, take out this liquidity, and then play within this fair value gap. I think there's also 1 hour candle as well. Like this, literally this whole breaker candle or this up candle, right? Wherever like basically work an entry within this fair value gap is kind of what I'm peeping. We have this internal liquidity. So if we could work an entry, buy entry into these shorts and take sell this down, I think we are looking for just overall like sell-offs. Here you can see the swing structure on 4 hour daily and 1 hour is all bearish. Internal structure is all bearish as well. And then seasonalities as well for CAD is usually July going into August, and really just the rest of the year is bearish, right? So for those that don't know what like seasonalities are, right, my bad. This basically shows you the average across for the currencies, right? And you can use this website. I'll actually drop this for you guys. It's pretty dope. Now you can just filter out like what you want to see, and then it'll show you basically the like just the average of how price moves, every month basically. And it's color coded as well. So like the green is 10-year average, 15-year average, 5-year average, and then the red one is just right now basically like the year currently. So basically, maybe we could catch a nice like top of CAD. Maybe we catch some shorts and just swing that thing, right? Or at least just intraday, whatever you trade, right? But I've been trying to practice, not trying, but I've been practicing like just swinging more, just because I want to hold positions longer and just stack those really. But yeah, let me drop this for you guys. You guys can check this out as well. Nas is that Sache. Hey, don't talk to my Nas like that, right? That's my main, bro. But but yeah, no, CAD. I like CAD.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's all I know.
Hey man. No, honestly, they're all my side, bro. All these pairs. I haven't married one yet. But I think gold. I was looking something for gold. I actually got clapped on gold today, not gonna lie. I was looking at
She belong to the streets.
I was trying to work an entry within this imbalance here, and then also that last push down that grabbed the slick, but she wanted to go a little lower, and I think continue filling the rest of this imbalance right here. And then I wasn't looking at the market anymore. I was more focused on NAS at this time. But yeah, basically, what we got that play, right? We had that imbalance, right? So after we rated liquidity and we had a nice reaction from it, breaking internal structure, we came back, filled this imbalance, and then, ultimately it ran. So the direction was right. It was just timed a little off, but that happens sometimes. That's why patience is key. But yeah, this thing did pretty well. I mean, if you work the entry in that imbalance, here's the thing too, I want to actually show you guys as well, is when you're playing imbalances, I like to there's two different entries you can do. You could do a conservative entry where you put your stop at the low or under the low, or you can do a more aggressive entry and basically put it underneath the wick, right? Basically that imbalance candle, you could put your stop underneath that candle, right? That created the imbalance. So that's more of the aggressive entry. But like when those play out, you can get some nasty like RRs on those. But for gold, our long-term targets we've been talking about for like the last few weeks, we're finally, coming into these higher time frame fair value gaps right here. And all this liquidity we've been mentioning, like, yo, eventually we're gonna come up. And notice how this is crazy, bro. Like again, repetition, right? Repetition. I want you guys to really get this down. So notice how within here, we had this imbalance. We have this last down candle, institutional candle. And then notice how price just kept inducing, liquidity, taking out these liquidities. And eventually, we came into that order block and imbalance. And now within there is when we started getting that, accumulation schematics playing out. So within here, if we drop down to smaller time frames, you'll see that, once we were in that higher time frame point of interest, exactly what I was showing you guys. If you guys could have worked the entry based off the higher time frame, you could have maybe sniped one of these like lows. I don't know how perfectly that would have gone, but basically, what you notice is we had that spring, right? We had liquidity got rated, spring, and then we basically came back, induced more liquidity, more sellers right here. And then price came, filled in balance, and then it started taking off. And then price eventually came back to play off of this imbalance, order block, and then took off. So again, guys, like the market is not random. These things occur repeatedly over and over and over again, and that's just another prime example of one of my favorite setups that I personally love playing. So in regards to gold, what we can anticipate next is, let's actually look at the seasonality. I haven't looked at seasonality for gold. And again, like seasonalities isn't like the end all, but it does kind of just give you like more of like just a bias overall, like what we can anticipate. So gold, oh wait, hold on. So usually gold around this time continues going higher. This is kind of crazy. And then notice how we go a little higher and then it starts tanking after. So we could see maybe some sells once, we did just clear a lot of liquidity going into this fair value gap. So maybe once, if we can get more evidence, some distribution within here, we could maybe catch some nice, like crazy shorts, like swing trades. So ideally, I do want to anticipate this going higher. So maybe we can work some lower time frame entries. And again, guys, like these aren't like really my ideal trading hours. So I don't really call out plays right now. I'm more so focused on like higher time frame kind of points of interest to show you guys just overall direction and like where it can go. And then you guys can just work your entries once it's like the time, like the ideal trading session, right? So yeah, like I think for gold, I would like to see us give us a pullback, probably come back into this fair value gap right here. That's right on, that's sitting underneath these equal lows, all this liquidity. So if we could see something like this play out, maybe you catch a short, see like some sort of distribution, and then come take out these equal lows and then play off of this last, down, this last push down that ultimately, just shot up. And then we also have this imbalance right here. So we could see something like this play out. That would be beautiful. And then just take this thing up into our higher time frame points of interest and then try to find, like some shorts, because I think we will have a nice sell off. But yeah, that's kind of like what I'm anticipating right now. I mean, this thing could just tank as well. Like this could literally be, the U-Tide, and then like these shorts can just be nasty as well from here. So, there's just some scenarios I'm looking for gold. What else? Is there anything you guys want to look at? Is there anything you guys are looking at, or anything you guys want me to go over?
Yo, high key, brother Leon dropped a great markup as well for gold.
Oh no, he'd be going crazy on gold.
Right.
I already know.
Damn, look at that Wyckoff.
No, that's sexy, bro. That was on 4 hour, right? Yeah. That shit cold. Definitely study Wyckoff, man. If you guys haven't studied Wyckoff, it's gonna change your life.
Where?
Wyckoff and smart money is like, when those two come together, bro, they just like, they make a beautiful baby, bro. Like
What happens when an unstoppable object meets an immovable force?
bro. Like Wyckoff was like, that was the game changer for me, honestly. I think because I understood like all right, like what an order block was, you know, and imbalances liquidity. But when you put it together with a Wyckoff, that just makes structure so much more clear, and really just gives you the understanding behind like how and why smart money works the way it does. So now that's clean, man. That's really, you know, you marked that out perfectly, bro. Is there anything that you're looking at, bro? Any setups?
Personally,
Are you talking about to me?
yo,
What's good, bro?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, I mean, shit, yeah, dude. I'm
Oh,
talking to everybody. Whoever wants to
my
go.
bad.
I was
Um,
yeah, dude. Go ahead.
Not really. I'm actually just focused on. I'm focused on mostly NAS and S&P. But I did catch that buy, that liquidity buy earlier, like this morning.
For which one, for NAS or S&P?
NAS, the one that you was marking up earlier, like that liquidity pool, and I had like a limit there.
Yo, let's go. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Good
that was
stuff, man.
that was lit.
it was lit.
Nice work, nice work.
That was
What are
okay.
you thinking about majors, man? You got anything for Euro or GU?
Are you talking? Wait, I don't know. I don't trade those pairs, but okay.
Crazy, you're missing out. Sorry, no, let me stop. Honestly, I do have something for GU, EU. I knew she was gonna buy, or I'm convinced she's gonna buy. I just don't know specifically where. NU, I had a markup, which I'm still convinced she will come to. But I'm not gonna, I don't know until tomorrow. I can go up those markings. I do have a sell area for SPX as well. Because you know, she talked nice. Oh, that look good. Yeah, no. EU, I'm convinced she's still gonna go up.
Yeah, I'm thinking like based off the dollar.
Yeah, I don't think she's done dropping yet. Like,
Yeah, I don't think she's done yet. Based off the dollar, I think dollar, we can see dollar go lower.
yeah.
We left behind these equal lows. So I think we could see like we could see us probably do something like this where we make that spring and then this thing goes higher. Ideally, something like that, you know, in a perfect world.
No, right.
But to me, it's like that. Just liquidity is just too. It's just too like clean right there. Like I needs to get taken out. It doesn't need to, but I think I like that's just the closest targets that we have right now.
Yeah.
So if we could see the more lower side on dollar, then you know obviously the majors will keep pushing higher.
Yeah, no, I get that. So you can sleep easier at night when you see that taken out.
Oh, not for sure.
For real. Fire. Fuck yeah, fire. Yeah, let me get the sticks, bro. I'll go over.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yo, I appreciate you, my guy. Yo, real quick, family, if y'all getting some value, some sauce, because I generally think how it's crazy, how Kimball really just give you the blueprint for free 99. Go ahead and just drop some 777s, numbers of gratitude and abundance and blessings, because yo, without Kev, it would just be
Go,
me
baby.
on break evens.
We all
Let's
learning together, man. Give my boy C some love too, man. Drop some hearts. Give him some hearts. In the chat, bro. Blow the chat up. Rompe the chat. Get over it.
Let me see here.
These hearts flooded.
Auto Leon dropped another chart. What is this? John Fit. Oh, oil. Fuck, that was a snipey snipe. Looked like 1 hour came in to mitigate something within here, dropped lower, came back to mitigate that impulsive move down. Fire, probably like came down, body structure closed here, so probably wicked up here. Yeah, fire. Fuck it. I mean, literally, like, you know, take it to the 1 hour liquidity. High key, I would have partialed here and then had overall TP right here because we still have this imbalance like you have marked up, or that's a John Fib indicator that hasn't marked up. You know, it's like price has very great reason to continue lower. Who knows, right? What price looks like it's doing here. It consolidated, came up to take out any FOMO sellers or any buy stops, sell stops, I forget, right? So maybe London tonight, it'll come lower, create that imbalance so you can go have take it off of these breaker blocks here. So kudos. I don't trade gold. They're just no, charts are universal, you know. That's fire.
Yeah, oil. I don't peep oil too often, but I see people clapping oil, man.
Where I'd be tempted nowadays. It's like gold. It's like I money's be made, but listen, I already make money and lose money with my pairs. So might as well just keep it simple. Fire, fire, fire. Let me go over what I see for the girl. Really quick. So pretty much what I understand is we did, let me, you gotta go left to get right. We did, so this was earlier this week, came into this daily candle, broke that because here's current price. Did sweep here, so this is pretty much like equal highs or trendline highs. We are now currently in this daily candle. This was a 15-minute institutional or order block that I wanted us to play off of. We just missed that all the way over here. Right, we just missed that up here. So price could very well come lower, maybe play into this daily institutional or daily imbalance to continue higher. I'm kind of convinced indices do want to start selling, but could be wrong. Kind of using, NAS correlation did come into this daily, weekly imbalance. US 30, she's not selling, right? She looks like she wants to buy. So some kind of divergence could be made here, but sells to me as looking more probable just because in SPX and NAS together. So what I saw here was 4-hour pretty much come from this will be easier for you guys, a low to a high, a miniature low, high, and we're starting to stair step down. Kind of want to see some of these lows taken out, but we did go ahead and start to sweep internal 1-hour lows here, right? So how we got here of sweeping these lows was price went ahead, hit a peak, hit a climax, tap into the hourly, almost a 15-minute order block, went from a high to a low, mitigated high, right? That was that 15-minute example we were talking about earlier, and then proceeded to go lower, right? Incentivizing more sellers, kind of just sweeping these lows coming into here. And I do think we could continue if these sells are strong into this imbalance, right? Or like I said, into the daily overall imbalance. So 30-minute pretty much just see another area, right? Kind of interested in this candle right here, this 30-minute, just because this was the last candle that came up, mitigated the previous high, lower high into the lower low. So yeah, we really, to me, it could be a pretty decent probability of seeing price come in to this area, right? That does make sense to me for sells, just for now. Obviously New York or London can come and sweep this and then just completely invalidated. So that could be, yeah, for now, maybe some accumulations. NZD, I was waiting on, no, she gone. I was waiting for us to come into this 4-hour area, and I was waiting for the 886 just because, a deeper retracement level, but also this does align perfectly with the daily institutional or order block candle as well. So it was just, great areas of confirmation. Price did go ahead, right? I thought we were going to go ahead and sell off from this area just because we look to sweep some lows, going lower, kind of holding a bias. I got clapped. But now we are starting to break above. So kind of waiting to see if London can give us some kind of retracement for New York to go ahead and reaccumulate higher. Because I do want to take NZD USD to new highs. This is a daily institutional candle here. So pretty much want to play it from daily retracement into daily TP. That would be a great, risk reward. So who knows? We'll see what happens or plays out. GU as well. I was waiting lower just because we do have the last push down candles, the order block that went ahead and broke the high structure, right? Pretty much went from a low to a new high. We do have a daily, weekly, I think weekly, monthly. We do have a monthly imbalance right here that I do see GU coming into, so all around just, a strong high ass time frame area for us to target. You pretty much is utilizing lower time frames. So, right, I still think GU can come lower. So if GU comes lower, I'm gonna pray and hope that NU comes lower. And if NU comes lower, I'm gonna look to buy them both. But pretty much looking there, EU, I don't think she's going lower. There's no reason. I did see, I was looking at this, how EU did kind of mitigate this 4-hour. Yeah, that was last night. And then after we mitigated that, we kind of looked to go lower. We did create a 1-hour imbalance during the New York session, right? Filled it during New York news, New York open, and then we proceeded to drop. So I was actually looking in here if I could have gotten any shorts to go long, but didn't really give any kind of confirmations to me. Right, I mean, I guess here because it broke that low. So you could no, yeah, I didn't even go back, so that's why. Yeah, I didn't take anything. But yeah, no. So I do think EU is just gonna look to go straight up. No real, yeah, no real area. Yeah, yeah, maybe something here. But that's all I really have for tonight. So be on the lookout for that. Just looking for swing low areas of accumulation. And just one pretty decent area on the 30-minute for SPX sells. But I'm not gonna look to play that until tomorrow. So whatever London gives us and does, it'll happen. And then last thing, I am looking out for. I know someone asked about GJ. I do have CAD JPY marked out as well. Right, pretty much took out lows, impulsed higher to take out equal highs. I think we're gonna come into this institutional candle or swing high to reject. So honestly, I'm probably not gonna play CAD JPY until next week buys. We did, if we go to the daily, right? Did come in, did draw for here, kind of came into this recent area. Yeah, weekly imbalance. I can actually get rid of this, right? Came into weekly imbalance and all that. So do think we could go higher, maybe back into daily highs before dropping, or look to sweep these equal highs. I don't know, but I am interested in CAD JPY. So that's what I have marked out. Let me just read the chat real quick. Facts. Gotta head out. Appreciate you, boys. Appreciate you, Jay, even though I'm pretty sure you're not here anymore. Total 6, yeah, he's not here no more. Yo, so that being said, that is what I'm looking at for the week. Really just, SPX the gang. With that being said, it is midnight 10 over here on the East Coast, family. So real quick, Kev, if you have anything else to say, bro, I'm good if you could.
Huge, man. I just want to say, like, guys, keep studying, man. Look into the seasonalities, honestly. Like, I'm honestly blowing my fucking mind right now. I was like going over some stuff. Like, yo, like this will be like real quick, take like a minute. But I was like, yo, this is crazy. Do you remember these sales we called on Chef, USD Chef, like a few weeks back? I know somebody actually DM'd me saying, yo, I caught that stuff. I didn't obviously take all of it, but dude, looking at seasonality based off of the dollar, the dollars usually starts tanking around this time. And then looking at Chef, so it's Frank. So it's Frank is usually stronger around these times. So kind of just correlating these things, bro, is like, and then using, TA, using higher time frame points of interest, bro, 4-hour institutional candle. We worked entries in here based off like 15-minute or smaller time frame stuff. But like, yo, like, dude, you could just catch a trade. Like once you get, bro, I'm trying to get really good at this shit. So I can just start catching these massive swings and just ride these. Even if you cut it off the 4-hour, it's like that's still mad decent. And you're just like bodying these trades. And like, bro, I'm realizing, just going back to like things we've been talking about, like areas we've been talking about. This is also another position we talked about last week as well. So don't sleep on higher time frame stuff, guys. Like 4-hour position is floating in profits right now. And that's something that we mentioned last week as well. So, just do your research, right? Study these type of things. And then, yeah, guys, that's all I got for today. I always try to bring you guys some sauce, man. Every week, I always try to bring you guys something new or something just like that I feel like could help you guys. What are your thoughts on crypto? My thoughts on crypto right now, I can show you Bitcoin. Please. And then
so indecisive.
Like the last thing I'll show you guys tonight. But yeah, Bitcoin really my bias hasn't changed too much. I still think if we go to the daily, I still want to see us get a nice retracement. This is what I would like to see. Again, keyword like would like to see. But what I think was gonna happen is like, I think a lot of people are waiting for a good retracement in crypto, because I think a lot of people missed the bottom, because everyone was scared, when this was the whole FTX, collapse. Everyone was so scared, we were buying up in here, I was buying different altcoins and stuff, and then taking profits along the way. And that's something that I highly encourage you to do is take profits, when you're up, because this isn't my first time around anymore in this crypto market. And a lot of time we get stuck in that euphoric state of like, oh, it's gonna go up only forever. And then, you just get a nice tanks. But yeah, guys, like I would say, one of the most important things when it comes to crypto, especially, is learn to navigate through fear and euphoria. The more you're able to just kind of feel it within yourself, and then just overall sentiment of like the market and just the masses, the better you're gonna be able to navigate these markets. Because these markets are, at the end of the day, are based off of human psychology. But yeah, basically, I think we're just gonna kind of keep ranging in here. What we could see is, I would love to see deeper pullbacks, and I would just keep stacking, right? And then if we get even like a more steeper pullback, that would be even better, right? But I don't know if we're gonna actually come back. Like I would love to see that, but I think for right now, at least, we're gonna see just some little consolidation moves like this, and then little just quick, liquidity sweeps, and then runs like that. Because I think that's what they want to like. Ideally, like I don't think they want the public to get those lower positions, at least just not yet, because that's just kind of what everyone is like kind of waiting for. That's just kind of my thought process right now. But I think we just at least see us come fill this and then see higher or come a little lower. But yeah, for right now, that's kind of my thought process with cryptos. And again, guys, I would tell you guys to look into different cryptos that kind of diversify. You want to have a bag of like more of like layer ones, right? Tech stuff, right? You can get a bag of like, I would say get some metaverse crypto gaming stuff, get some AI tokens, right? These are the ones I'm currently loading up is VRA. VRA is going to be massive. This one was amazing for me last bull run, and they're still constantly doing amazing stuff. But they're basically top in when it comes to streaming, advertising, using blockchain and the AI stuff. Same thing with GRT. GRT is basically like the Google of blockchain. Quant is one of the ISO 222 tokens that I've mentioned in the past. I think I still have it up here. Basically, these tokens, right, are going to be rolling out within the next few years and are going to be a part of the monetary system, right? So they're going to be part of the monetary system. So like, I think these are going to do well. They have institutions are backing these. So where's the list? Where's the list? There's a list of these somewhere. Yeah, right here. I'll drop this for you guys. You guys can like look into this. But basically, these are institutionally backed cryptos, and I think they're going to do very well. So Quant is one of the ones I have. We saw Ripple go crazy, do like 2x last week. So like look into this. Add this into your portfolio. Add some of these. I would recommend just doing your research. But I personally like Quant a lot. Ripple, Algorand is one that's really cheap right now. So yeah, look into AI stuff, metaverse gaming stuff. Like Sand is a really good one. Mana is a good one. Gala Games is another good one. And then maybe get a little bit, a little degen shit. Get like Pepe, maybe a little bit of Shiba, right? Don't go too crazy in those, but like I think those, because that's just like the how money trickles down, right? It starts with like the Bitcoins and Ethereums. And once those make their moves and people are taking profits on those, then money trickles down to the altcoins. So like the mid cap and the smaller cap coins. Where you kind of want to find the gems is that with smaller cap, mid cap coins, because they're the ones that have higher upside potential where you can get those like 5, 10x. So yeah, really look into that stuff. Shit. Yeah, I think that's it for now. That's it for now.
Sheesh. All for free. Yo,
Let's go, right?
that ass, like y'all know
There's a lot of sauce, bro.
Like
You should
$2
be charging low key, but
You
I
should.
love you guys. So I want to see everyone succeed, man, and really just like break through, bro. Break this fucking system, the matrix, and just live your best life, man. Like as cliche as that might sound, you guys are all here. We're all here together on this journey to grow. So just want to see nothing but the best and for everybody here, man. God willing, everyone is up, man. 2023, 2024 for sure is gonna be our year, guys. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, and C's got the outro, bro.
Let's grow. Y'all, I appreciate every single one of y'all for saying tuned in, tapped in, because it really is midnight 18 over here on the East Coast. And out of all the places y'all gotta be, out of all the people you gotta see, you stay tapped in with us. So yo, we appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And as you know, next week we're gonna look to continue to bring out the value onto each and every one of y'all, as long as you guys keep showing up. Because Money Heist, although we here, pouring into you guys, would be nothing without you guys tapping in each and every week. So with all this being said, family, make sure above all else to stay patient, to stay disciplined, and the gains will come. We're your hosts of The Most Family. We appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace, man. Peace.